Hey guys, welcome to my channel Idea Machine Marketing Basics. Today we are going to go over chapter 6.2 Potter's 5 Forces. As I mentioned the last time, as we go through chapter 6, I'm going to go over advanced concept or business case analysis. So stay tuned for more exciting updates on this channel. Before we begin, do remember that your network is your net worth. To quickly talk about Potter's five forces, it's one of the, I wouldn't call it like super advanced, but it is one of the advanced theories of marketing that people often use. Like the last time, this is also something that is an external only theory, which basically means that like it's factors that affect your company from the outside. To quickly define Potter's five forces, let's look at what the five things are that are listed. The first is threat of new entrants, which means the ease or difficulty with which new competition can emerge in your category. For this, we have an example at the end, so I will explain this with reference to the examples as well. Bargaining power of suppliers, which essentially means how much powers do suppliers hold over the pricing and the quantity of the materials that you sell. Bargaining power of the buyers, which is the customer's power to affect pricing and the quality of your product. You know, whether the customer's trends, like if they're not buying your product for a specific price, does it affect your brand so much that you might just reduce the price for the product? Threat of substitute products, which means that can customers find alternative for your product? Example, if you're selling your product at $100, can the customer find it for $50, let's say? Industry rivalry, which means intensity of competition amongst existing competitors. So for example, if you're to open a clothing store today, you know there is so many brands that are competing with you on the higher, middle, and the lower end category that is going to be extremely difficult to break it. To quickly understand why the Porter's five forces are important, like I talk about every theory, I keep explaining that theories are essentially a way to help businesses understanding their competitive advantage. And what competitive advantage means is essentially that one key thing, that one thing that your business has that essentially puts you ahead of all of your other competitors. Why Porter's five forces is important is as follows. It helps businesses develop strategies to basically enhance or optimize their competitive advantage even more. It provides you insights into the industry structure and dynamics. You know, it tells you how the industry is doing, where the market is going, where you should be headed. It helps you identify potential threats and opportunities in the industry, which is very crucial to know how to pivot or to prevent any upcoming market changes. To inform key business decisions, which essentially means if you are entering a specific market, expanding your product, expanding your investment, it helps you. This analysis helps you inform those decisions. And lastly, understanding areas of improvement, which is basically just telling you, okay, these are the spots where you can improve, this is where you can better your position in the industry, etc. Like I said before, here's the example of Potter's five forces with a real life scenario which can help you understand where Potter's five forces can come into play for everyone. So we'll apply this to the example of a coffee shop. What I realized is that an ice cream truck might not be as relatable for most of you, but a coffee shop is something we are all familiar with. So let's talk about this new coffee shop, right? That's coming up in your neighborhood. What is the potential threat of new entrants that it might have? So there is very low barrier to entry in this market, right? Brand loyalty is wavering. Sometimes people are very loyal to the coffee shop that they go to. Sometimes people might just want to explore. Regulations and permit are another barrier, which might cause you, like, it might add another bunch of time for you to actually get live with the coffee shop. Bargaining power of suppliers, this is a critical factor as well because it just talks about ingredient sourcing, right? You need ingredients in order to make sure you the right ingredients rather to make sure you're supplying good coffee, and you have a very high dependence on suppliers because not only do you need coffee but you need milk, sugar, all of those other things that you need in order to set up and sell your product. The bargaining power of buyers. What this essentially means in this scenario is that customers have a high amount of choices, right? You have Starbucks, you have Tim Hortons, you have Barista, you have Cafe Coffee Day. So many options where a person can go. Blue Tokai, like higher popular brands. You have low tier, even a tapri wala where someone sells chai or coffee is also an option, or So it's very highly dependent on customer choice and price in the category. Threat of substitute products is also another big thing, which basically means that there are always going to be alternatives around cultural shifts. You know, people will see this. Let's say someone looks at a new fresh brand, they're like, I want to try Blue Tokai. So there is always alternatives that are going to be there versus your coffee shop. And lastly, industry rivalry, which is basically high competition. There is high competition in the coffee category with a lot of marketing and differentiation for each product. And look, you are not only competing with global brands like a Starbucks, a Tim Hortons, CCD, or whichever else, but you're also competing with local brands, like I said, the Tapriwala or anyone local who's selling coffee around you is also a competition. With this, today's chapter comes to an end. Thank you so much for watching, and do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel Idea Machine 09. If you're more into short form content, don't forget to check out my Instagram page as well at Idea Machine 09. Thank you.